Have you ever felt like you have big dreams but zero motivation? You want the car, the house, the trips, the dream job, but every time you think of taking action, you just don't. Or rather, you can't. You feel stuck, overwhelmed, and maybe even guilty for not being productive. If this sounds like you are not alone. You know what? Having ambitions isn't a bad thing. But being a lazy person with ambitions is what is hard. And I am one example of these types of people. And I'm sure many of you all are also the same. And there's nothing wrong with that, or there's nothing wrong with us. The only thing is that we have a lot of habits to fix, issues to resolve, and mindset to cultivate. Hi, my name is Vanshika and welcome back to my channel. And today we are going to talk about how you can fulfill your ambitions even after being lazy. So first and foremost, let's see why we have big goals or ambitions or dreams, whatever you want to call it. It is because we don't want to stay at the same place or same position as we are at right now. We are not satisfied with where we are, and that is when we have big goals or dreams. But let me tell you, there's a difference between being satisfied and being happy with where we are and being content with where we are. There's a difference. Not being satisfied makes you push yourself to achieve your goals, but also be grateful for what you have right now. But being content means that you are happy with what you have and that's it, and you do not want to grow. So there is a difference. And if you fall in the satisfied section, then this video is for you. Now, the big problem is that we have all the big goals together. Car, house, money, lifestyle, dreams, trips. Everything comes together. And if you are not achieving anything, which you are not, by the way, because you have a lot of pressure and you've put yourself under such superficial pressure that you cannot achieve anything. So this superficial pressure puts you in a rut of not achieving anything and making you feel worthless. Because you had all the goals at the same time and you were spread really thin and you couldn't focus on any goal particularly. So what I mean by this is my attention in achieving 10 things at the same time versus my attention in achieving 2 things at the same time makes a whole lot of difference in how much I can achieve and how much time and how much productivity I can put into achieving that task. So if I am focusing on 10 things or I am focusing on 2 things, which is more likely to be accomplished in a year? 2 things, obviously, right? So this is also said in the book One Thing by Gary Keller and Jay Papasan. The starting quote on the first page, it said, if you are chasing 2 rabbits at the same time, you will end up catching none. So that is what happens when we are chasing 10 goals at the same time. We will end up achieving none. So even I had or still have those typical goals like money, car, house, lifestyle, trips, etc. But what I later realized is we have to work towards something specific to make it come true, to make any of these dreams come true. Because let me tell you, money, car, house, all of these things are just physical or tangible things, but these things will not guide you on how to reach them. They are just end goals. You have to focus on the path towards it, and you have to find out which path suits you, your lifestyle, your passion, and which path will lead you to achieving money, car, house, trips, etc. So basically, you have to figure out what to do in order to get there. So everyone has different definitions of it. Some want to do a job, some want to run a business, some want to be a content creator, some wants to be an influencer, some wants to be an actor, some wants to be an artist. Everyone has different definitions, and these are just 5 or 7 professions I've told you. There are n number of professions out there. What suits you may be completely different from what suits me or what suits your friend as well. The main question is, what is your calling? What attracts you? What you can do all day long, 24/7 without getting burned out, without getting bored, without thinking that, oh my god, I am just doing this because I want the car, the house, the money, the trips. I am doing this because I really enjoy it and because I want to do this. This is the one thing that you have to focus on to get to your goals. And I would say that try all of your interests. I don't know how many different types of interests and different areas of interest, and I have tried everything, and now I know which I like, which I do not like, which I can pursue it as a career, which is just my hobby. So it's basically like eliminating all the options one by one after analyzing and deciding all its pros and cons, and if you would like to do it for your lifetime, if you would not like to do it, which area or which box of your life would you like to keep that hobby or interest in. And now that you've reached towards a conclusion of what you want to work towards, make a SMART goal. What is a SMART goal? It's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. I won't be explaining this concept in great detail because I've already explained this concept in one of my past videos, which is make your dream vision board your reality. But a wrap up of it is, so for example, that you want to reach the goal of earning $10,000 or 10,000 rupees a month. So it is specific, it is measurable, that you are making progress and you know that right now I'm making 7,000 rupees a month, next month I can make 10,000 rupees a month. It is achievable if you know what to work towards and how you want to work towards it, and if you work towards it correctly. It is relevant as to where you want to be in your life, and time bound, that you want to achieve it at this specific time. So for example, you want to earn $10,000 or 10,000 rupees a month from next month or in the next 3 months. So it is a time-bound goal where you know what you're doing is leading towards your end goal or not. If it's not leading towards your end goal, then I think you should try a different way towards it. And these sort of goals can be set towards any sort of profession. This is not just bound to being in a job or being in a business, but anything. Okay, now I'm going to touch a very touchy topic, which is fear. Let me explain. We humans have fear of what they will say, what they will think, what will they talk about me, will they think I'm cringe, this, that, blah, 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 blah. Too many things. So there are so many questions that we ask ourselves that just do not make sense most of the time. So you know what? Jay Shetty has articulated this thing into the best way possible in his book, Think Like a Monk, where he said that fear makes us fiction writers. So we think of all the things that could go wrong, how would it go wrong, why would it go wrong, what would we do if it did go wrong, and what can go right, and if it did go right, what are the slight chances of it going wrong, and all the other alternatives, everything we've thought of. So one way to beat fear is to do it. What I mean by this is, and I know it's easier said than done, but let me tell you a personal story. What I did was walk towards fear. I had the fear of posting on social media, even though I love being in front of the camera. I know that this is something that calls me, attracts me the most. But I still did not post on Instagram because I was scared of what people will say, think, talk, etc. Now the thing is, what I did was I posted a reel telling that I had this fear, and everyone told me how they found me courageous to be actually posting this reel out and accepting that I was scared. And now, do you think I'm scared of posting on Instagram? No, because I walked towards my fear, I confronted it on the internet in front of everyone from whom I was scared of being judged. So the simple fact that you have to keep in mind is that you cannot make everyone happy. And if you're trying to make everyone happy, but it is making you unhappy, then it's not what you should be doing. You are supposed to make yourself happy first, keep yourself as your priority, and then go towards making people happy. And if something actually genuinely brings you happiness and does not hurt anyone, just do it. Work towards your fear. I know it is easier said than done. I agree, and I am here with you. But please try it out because I am telling you to. Also, what I've started reminding myself is this phenomenon known as the spotlight effect. What it means by this is we think that we are the main character in everyone's story. But honestly, what happens is everyone thinks the same. You may be thinking that you are the main character in people's story around you. But honestly, no. You are only the main character in your own story. And this is also the main reason why fear creeps into our lives, because we think that spotlight is on us, everyone's looking at us, everyone's judging us, but honestly, everyone has their own spotlight and no one is noticing anyone, because they themselves don't have the time to notice anyone, because they themselves are focusing so much in their own lives. So the reality is that we are not the main character in everyone's story, but we are the main character in our story, and it is in our hands how we write our own story. Now, as for how to work towards your own goal, I would like to tell you that please give at least 1 to 2 hours in a day for your own dream. We work so hard for everyone and everyone else's dreams, but we never work hard enough, or we never take out time for our own dreams. What we are supposed to do from now on is take out time, even if it's 30 minutes, for our own dreams, for our own side project, for our own side passion. Learn the skills, build it, learn something new, do something, but please work towards your goals, because if you keep on cursing what you don't like but you do not work towards what you like, there's no point of still cursing the thing that you don't like, because you're not building something that you like so that you can shift towards it. And do everything in your power to build your dream. Now let me tell you where people get stuck the most is the planning stage. We plan to an extreme. Again, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna do it? What will go wrong? What will not go wrong? How will it go wrong? How will we solve it? Before even starting, we are thinking what will go wrong, what will not go wrong, etc. etc. We humans get stuck in the planning stage. We humans get stuck in the overthinking stage. We humans get stuck in the fear stage. We have to fight every stage and start working towards our goals, because execution is where the success lies. It's not the planning, it's the execution that brings you your fruitful results. You know, all the adversities that we've planned in our head may never actually be true. So for example, if you're working towards something but the times have changed, and 6 months down the line, the adversity that you thought 6 months before is completely different to what the adversity you are facing right now. So the time that you wasted 6 months ago is actually just in vain. It went down the drain. So instead, what you could have done is taken faster action, implemented it faster, executed it faster, so that you could have reached the stage where you are at right now little before. Yes, I agree, having a safety net is important, but working without a safety net and building it on the way can also work. And most people should start working this way. They don't, but they should. You should too. So take that step now. Don't think too much of the way, the destination, the adversities, the fear, the people judging, etc. It will all go away the moment you are on that path. Stop thinking about the next step. Think about the step that you are going to take right now. Now the thing is, once you've taken the first step, please do look back and see how much courage you have and how much you've learned, and please keep that courage and motivation and discipline going to achieve your goals. And with that, we've come towards the end of this video. Please do like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel, and please do tell me in the comment section what part of the video did you like the most and what advice would you be following from today. And I will see you all in the next video. Till then, stay safe, stay positive and spread positive vibes. Bye.